Hello all, my name is Parul Gupta. I am an assistant professor in CSE AI/ML department in Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad. So in this lecture, I am going to explain the ensemble method and the random forest. So basically, how I am going to explain the ensemble method, random forest, and finally conclusion. So how the ensemble methods came into the picture. Basically, in computing, what happens when arts meets the science? Okay, so on that time, basically it is the machine learning. When arts meets the science in computing, it is a machine learning. Okay, so if you want to perfect any machine learning tool, so you have to better understand the data. Okay, and after that you have to choose the right algorithm. Okay, we have so many algorithms, so why to stick only one algorithm? So that is why if we can combine 2 or 3 algorithms and we can take the advantage of that, we can improve the results, we can improve the accuracy also. So that is why ensemble methods came into the picture. So what happens in ensemble method? Basically, ensemble methods combines one or more non-parametric methods so that our accuracy or our results will get improved. Okay. So let us discuss what is the ensemble method. Basically, what happens in ensemble method? Ensemble method can be combined in 2 ways. 2 ways we can combine. Okay. The one way is 2 ways we can combine. The one way is we can connect all the we can connect all the non-parametric methods in series. Okay. And we can connect all the non-parametric methods in parallel. Okay. So when we connect all the non-parametric methods in series, this is called boosting. And when we connect all the non-parametric methods in parallel, okay, then this technique is called bagging. This technique is called bagging. So basically, ensemble method is of 2 types, bagging and boosting. Okay, so what happens? Ensemble method is of 2 types, bagging. Bagging is also called bootstrap aggregation. I will tell you later that what is the bootstrap aggregation, and in this bagging we study random forest, and in this bagging where all the non-parametric methods are connected in series, we study AdaBoost, gradient boosting, and the third is XGBoost, as I have already written on the slide also. So what is random forest? Basically, random forest is a connection of multiple decision trees in parallel. Okay, and exactly in the same way as we discussed earlier also, because random forest is also a non-parametric method. So all the non-parametric method will we can use for the classification as well as for the regression also. Okay, so in random forest, so here I am going to explain what is random forest, what is the arrangement of random forest. So what happens? Suppose we have a data set here, data set. Okay, this is a complete data set. Suppose I am taking an example of, suppose we are having 1000 rows of data set. Okay, so this data set, a subset of this data set will go into a first decision tree, DT1 I am saying. The second subset of this data set will go into the DT2 and so on. Suppose n number of decision trees are connected here. Okay, so this is the part of learning, how it will learn. So we are having a 1000 number of, suppose we are having a 1000 number of rows in a data set. So suppose 100 data set, 100 data points are picking as a data set, a subset of this DT1, 100 for this DT2, like that, so on. So here how we select this 100 points, we will select these 100 points with the help of random sampling. Okay, and how this random sampling will done? it is not the general random sampling. First of all, for first 100 data points, we will do the random sampling, and for second data point, what we'll do, we'll keep back this 100 again here, and again we'll do sampling and select the next 100 for here. Means here the repetitions are allowed. One data set, suppose one data set is selected here, the same data set can be selected here also. Okay, so that is why this kind of sampling is called row sampling with replacement. Row sampling with replacement. So here, how we are selecting our samples? We are selecting our samples randomly, and the sampling is done row sampling with replacement. Means again we are keeping back our sample here, and for the next we are selecting again the next 100. Again we are keeping back this 100 here, and for again we will do the random sampling for this DT3, 4, 5 and so on. Okay, so this was the part for the learning. Okay, how the random forest learns with the training data. Okay, now what happens in the testing part? Okay, now suppose this decision tree, and as we already discussed that decision trees are prone to overfit. Okay, so what happens, this decision tree will get overfit with this kind of 100 rows, and this DT2 will get overfit with this 100 rows and so on. Okay, so suppose it is for a incoming first test data, it is giving the result 0. If we are taking the case of classification, means random forest if we are using for the classification, that too for the binary class classification. Okay, suppose for the incoming data, for the test data, this DT1 is giving the 0. Okay, now DT2 is also giving us 0, that it is predicting, classifying that incoming binary class classification as 0. Now suppose the DTN, the last one, is predicting that it belongs to class 1. So what happens? How to select what is the final class of this incoming data point? Suppose X is coming. Okay, so here we attach a voting classifier. Voting classifier if it is a case of classification. Okay, so in the case of classification, we will have a voting classifier here. Okay, so how this voting classifier will work? So it will count the majority votes. It will take the majority vote and give the result. Suppose here the majority is 0, means for the incoming data point X, DT1, DT2 are predicting that this is having a class 0. And the rest of these things, means the DTN, only one DT is predicting that it is having a class 1. So obviously this voting classifier will choose the majority voting, means it will predict that the incoming test data X is having class 0. Okay, so this is the case of classification. Okay, now what happens if it is a case of regression? So this was the case of classification. So this was the training part and this was the testing part. Okay, now what happens if we take the case of classification, if we take the case of regression? Okay, so in case of regression, what happens? The incoming data will come. Okay, and now we won't use this voting classifier. Instead of this voting classifier, we will use mean. And how it works? Suppose incoming data is coming, okay, and this DT, the first DT is giving the result. First DT is giving the result, suppose Y1 for this incoming data X, and the second DT is giving suppose Y2, and so on. The last one is giving Yn. So you do not please do not consider this zeros, because these zeros are for classification, and this Y1, Y2, Yn are for the regression. Okay, so for X, the result for DT1 is Y1. For X, the result of the DT2 is Y2. Okay, now what happens at the output? How we can take the output of this X? So what we'll do, we will just take the mean of these all the decision trees output, Y1, Y2, Yn, and we take the mean of this Y1, Y2 up to Yn, and this mean result will become the output of my x. Means decision tree will predict the output of x as a mean of y1, y2 and yn. Okay. So random forest works like this. And again, what was the disadvantage of the random decision tree? The decision tree were prone to overfit. So with the help of this parallel arrangement, we can overcome this overfitting problem of decision tree. And now when the my random forest or my model is not get overfitted, so obviously the accuracy will get increase. So here our accuracy will get increase. Okay. Now, as we already saw, what is the random forest? Random forest is a combination of multiple decision tree to reach a single result. Okay, and it is very much flexible, as we can see that we can use for the classification as well as for the regression problems also. So finally, the conclusion. So in this, we see the random forest is basically the parallel combination of multiple decision trees. As I can say that in previous video, we saw the non-parametric methods, parametric methods and decision tree. And in this video, I discussed the random forest and ensemble method. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe this channel, and thanks for watching.